Chapter 4, Peacetime. There we go. We are 20. We are in the middle of our life. Beep. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So, we accepted the proposal of El Fierro. How was it called? So now we are at the service of the secret police, or, I mean, the state, basically. We went from the Lotless, the rebel group, to serve the state. Try chewing gum or swallow something to get my ears... Shit. I don't know, though. I think they may be closed because they are full of inflammations and stuff. Because, you know, due to the place where I live, I have to use stuff to be able to not hear stuff. So it's a lot of stuff. Thank you, though. But I can't, I have to read. In fact, I'm gonna take my chat and put it here. Não vai chorar hoje? Freaking troll, man. Freaking Gabriel. Freaking troll. Okay. Homecoming. And now we are back home from the capital. We have to go back home and serve the state in secret. That's our mission. So, it's fine. It's fine. I didn't betray anybody. It was either that or true death. Okay? Oh, you don't know, Roger, what all of this is about. It's your fault. It's like with Edith Finch. You should be ashamed of yourself. Such a good stuff. Homecoming, then it is. The carriage stops. The familiar gate, your bedroom window, the same one you used to climb out of. Oh my god, there's a Tasto speaking in my head. Go away, Tasto. Why my pills are not working? I keep hearing you. Yeah, Fed Roger, yeah. Your bedroom window, the same one you used to climb out of at night from time to time. The well-tended garden with its imported soil, delightful greenery, and mother's beloved violet irises. The porch you used to jump off when you were little. You are home. You touch the handle of the front door and halt for a moment. It has been 4 years since you left for Eterna, but it feels like yesterday. The air inside is cool as usual. Father cannot stand the stuffy room and insists on constantly airing out the house. So você é diferente, não é, Ku? O que tu quer? O que tu diz? Inside the house, the first thing you hear is the sound of someone running out of the library. Your sister Gloria appears and immediately throws her arms around you. Her joy is so strong you barely manage to stay on your feet. Gloria is dressed in men's clothing, including culottes, a frock coat, and a necktie with a massive pin. She's almost unrecognizable in her new attire. Echo? There's no echo. I don't have any echo filter. There are dark circles under her eyes, as though from lack of sleep or frequent tears. Brother, I've been waiting for you for so long. I'm proud to see you've chosen your own path and decided to live the way you want. Or you're not gonna be happy when you know what I did. You're actually going to open your own print shop? You're going to print books? Even poetry? Speaking of poetry, from the inner pocket of your jacket you produce a small book bound in soft black leather. Gloria gingerly accepts your gift. Gingerly accepts your gift. She notices the author's name, Charmilanidas, on the cover and knits her brow. But after quickly flipping through the pages, she showers you with gratitude. I thought Milanides was just a warlock. I had no idea he wrote poetry. How fascinating. I'm going to read it all from cover to cover. Mother comes out of the sitting room, leaning on Nathan's arm. You immediately see signs of the illness mentioned in the letters from home. Her back is bent, her hair is grey, a thin web of wrinkles covers her face, and her complexion has lost its color. She slowly embraces you. Her arms feel nearly weightless. You press your face into her shoulder, breathing in the nearly forgotten, dearly beloved smell. Mother holds you by the shoulders and studies you for a long time. You've been away so long, son. It's just a shame your journey was in vain. You didn't become a judge or even a priest. I guess it's your fate to bear your lot until the very end. But you'll endure it. That's how I raised you. Nathan approaches you after Mother. Oh, right, Nathan joined the Nirvana now. Look at that, man. Your younger brother is the same height as you now. His hair almost reaches his shoulders, but he still has the same lost look in his eye and he had when he was a boy. It's good to see you, brother. Home just doesn't be the same without you. Who care about your estate, right? I'm just glad you're here with us again. You pat Nathan on the back. Loud footsteps echo down the stairs. Stefan appears. His shoulders have grown broader, and his features have become harsher, just like grandfather's. He stares you and Nathan down with contempt, his arms crossed on his chest. Welcome back, commoner. I'd hoped you'd become my equal, but apparently you just didn't have it in you. I guess you're no better than Nathan. I can only hope you'll know your place from now on. Why did father even send you to the capital in the first place? As Stefan says these words, you see father appear from his study. He looks older now. His back is hunched and he squints. There are deep lines around his mouth and silver threads in his dark hair and moustache. He stops a few steps away and examines you from head to toe. Does not say a word, shaking his head slowly. You explain yourself to father. This was the only path you could have taken. The college and the judge's calling were not for you. However, your time in the capital was not spent in vain. You made many influential friends there, and now you plan to open a print shop in Anisot and make a good living. You do your very best to make this sound convincing. No one can ever see through your cover story. When I sent my son to the capital, I expected him to return a nobleman. But the man who stands before me is a commoner, a merchant, an artisan. I had such high hopes for you, but our family's future rests in Stefan's hands now. Oh well, I've had enough time to make my peace with this. You're still a member of this family. We'll see how your shop fares. Perhaps you can still find a way to contribute to the Brante household. He lets out a bitter chuckle. Then, after a pause, father spreads his arms wide to embrace you. You're finally home, my son. Well then, time for dinner. Your mother has prepared a veritable feast in your honor. For the first time in years, your entire family shares a meal at the same table. Okay, well, I should chat with Nathan, I guess. Because, you know, Gloria won't be happy to learn about what we did. Stefan is the usual dick. Mother, who cares? It's our mother, who cares? Wait, didn't you do this part last time? Yeah! Nice, you're paying attention, Roger, thank you, yes. Yes, we stopped here. Before making this choice. Yes, good. I'm happy. Thank you, yes. Okay, yeah. At the table, you ask Nathan how he's doing. Your inquires make your little brother uncomfortable. I worked as hard as I could, studied theology, read books, but during my examination at the seminary, I started talking about something else entirely. I don't know what came over me. The priests asked me, "What is the manifestation of the twins' love for people?" And I went and said, "Forgiveness." "What are you talking about, son? The twins could never forgive anyone for any sin. Otherwise, how could we fulfill their design? Everyone would just do whatever they wanted, since the twins would forgive them anyway." This is actually a legitimate, right, observation, and it's an observation that people, for example, at the dawn of Christianity made, right? So that's basically why dualistic religions never really got a hold, because in a way it's the evil god that made you do that thing, right? It's not you. Sorrow fills Nathan's eyes. Yeah, but Nathan has a very strong senso di colpa, guilty complex. Yes. I don't know why, actually. That's what I actually would like to understand. The priest was furious too. Out of the seminary, you ignoramus, he shouted. So I left, and now I don't know what to do with myself. Then be silent. If we must hear about the trials and travails of commoners, I'd rather learn how destiny abandoned Tasto in the lowly estate. You have to relate the 4 years you spent in Eterna, carefully omitting anything that might reveal your secret mission. You resume your conversation with Nathan later that night. You sit together on the back porch, away from the rest of the family. I'm glad someone cares about me, brother. You've always been there for me. It must be painful for you to see me grow up to be so useless. Things are bad for me. I try to at least look after Mother. You can ask her questions, but her answers often don't make sense, and she keeps falling silent in the middle of a conversation like she did today. Her illness is consuming her. You know, if Mother passes, she may not be reborn. I dread to think what will happen to Father then, and to Gloria. Gloria has had it hard too lately. Stefan has treated her like dirt for the last year. I think he plans to drive her out of the house so her origins won't taint the Brante reputation anymore. Stefan only cares about one thing now, getting our family ennobled by the sword. So for him, Gloria is just an obstacle between him and his goal. Sorry? Okay. You spend quite some time in silence, gazing at the radiant stripe of the shining pillar as it grows more and more luminous against the darkening sky. The Brante family is about to face some challenging times. +1 with Nathan, it's fine. Relations have always been good with him. First steps. After several days of searching and inquiring, you find a suitable location for the print shop. You choose a 2-story building on a dead-end street away from any pedestrian thoroughfares, right next to the city's outer walls, spacious and sturdy. It has more than enough space for the printing press and workbenches. The basement is dry and the windows are too tiny to peek through. It's the perfect location for a clandestine headquarters. Clandestine? You inspect the rooms. This corner will be good for the typesetting area, and the shelves of ink can go over there. Before you finish, Sophia knocks at the door. Once inside, she casts a glance over the rooms and walls and chuckles with approval. Look at her. This is just what we need, Brante. A perfect location. I couldn't have found anything better myself. Guess the capital taught you well. I'm glad to see I was right about you. This job will be a lot easier with your help. Sophia brushes a layer of dust from an old wooden crate, then lights her pipe as she sits. So, how about I tell you what you and I are up to in this town, huh? Remember what we did in the capital? Well, we're gonna do the same trick here in Anisot. That's our mission. Felipe wants us to found an underground society here. Anybody who wants to rebel and riot, we'll let them join. We'll also keep them in check and use them to do whatever the secret chancellery says. I still don't know everything Felipe is planning yet, but I can tell you he was real angry about how the Inquisition cast all the dirt we dug up on Patriarch Junius to the four winds. Here in Anisot, Felipe wants the real deal. You frown. The real deal? What is that supposed to mean? It means you and I have to find all the troublemakers in town and take charge of them. Anybody who's willing to fight for their rights, we turn them into an organized force under our command. And then we'll use them to do whatever Felipe wants. Felipe wants to take the city in his own hands. He needs disorder, little disturbances and riots, enough unrest so there's always an excuse to arrest folks whenever they need to. But Felipe always has to be in control. This is the secret chancellery's way. As long as the streets are restless, everybody, especially the overseer, will keep thinking good old Sir Felipe El Ferro is a real useful friend to have, savior of the empire and all of that. The last bulwark against the rabble-rousers. The more riots and unrest we incite, the stronger our underground force will become, and the stronger the secret chancellery will get. Once the people are shouting in the squares, the prefecture and the magistrate will be powerless, and our buddy Felipe will pick up the slack. You're following so far? You nod. So you are supposed to incite unrest, is that all you have to do? That's just the beginning. Felipe also wants the lesser quorum broken up at some point in the future. It's full of folks who don't like the way things are done in the Empire. But the Empire's lucky for now. The lesser quorum spends too much time bickering and not enough time trying to work together. That will work in our favor. So by the time Felipe wants to blackmail the lesser quorum, we need to have our own underground network, and it's gonna be big enough for his needs. We'll frame quorum members, gather accusations, plant agents, stuff like that. In other words, we'll do the secret chancellery's dirty work for them. Now, let's get down to business. Here in Anisot, there are some big shots who are opposing the Imperial Order. We need to do our best to exploit them for our cause. If we are lucky enough, maybe we can even get them on our side. Sophia starts counting on her fingers. Number 1 on my list is Augustin Elborn, prefect of Magra. He's almost a relative to you, isn't he? Yeah, we met him, right? When Gaius Tempest was first appointed overseer of Magra, he was the only member of the provincial council who openly supported him. Elborn is one of the most powerful nobles in Magra, but he has always protected the common folk. He could be our main ally, or a real dangerous enemy. The second fellow worth mentioning is Mayer Egmont, leader of the wealthy commoners in the Lesser Quorum. He's an old merchant who got rich mining silver and managed to weasel his way into provincial politics. As a commoner, we need to ensure Egmont's support as soon as possible. He's rich, powerful, and will be useful to our cause. Last on my list is Father Leonard. He's the abbot of the temple by the Silver Tree and the local spiritual leader of the New Believers. Right now, lots of Magran commoners are rejecting Izatius' teaching of the lots, and it's all thanks to Leonard and his influence. If those folks have managed to cast off one burden, it should be easy to talk them into rejecting another one. Sophia taps her pipe against the crate, knocking the remaining tobacco onto the floor. One more thing, Brante. We're gonna be manipulating people. I'm talking lies, half-truths, using and exploiting folks. Using and exploiting folks. You name it. And we need to get them to follow us. That's a tough thing to do. People can smell phonies a mile away, so we have to believe everything we say, I mean, really believe it from the bottom of our hearts. If you aren't ready to die for your cause, why expect it from other folks? But you also have to remember who we are really doing all this for. She trails off. You wait a moment, then ask Sophia why she has agreed to do this. Why is she working for Felipe? Can she run from him, or use her magic to subdue him? Meh. Sophia's deep eyes focus all their attention on you. The merciless migrant sun fills the room through the narrow window. Reflected in her eyes is a multitude of yellow sparks. Right? You need I never tried it, Brante? Don't be naive. Magic will not help me to bring Felipe down. When I use my power, you notice it quickly, and Felipe notices it even faster. If I try to enchant him ever again, I'll be collared and sent back to the House of Humility. I'm never going back there again, not ever. As for escaping, there's no hiding from the Secret Chancellery. Sooner or later they will find me. The Empire is absolute. The Empire is eternal. The Empire is everywhere. We're all in the same cage. There's no way out of it. And so it will be as long as the Empire still stands. So forget about running away. If you want to get out of this alive, just do what I tell you. Trust me, and I'll take care of you. Now let's talk about your next step. We need to shore up our cover story. Make sure it doesn't fall apart the first time gendarmes take a close look at it. Get this print shop to work. You need employees. You're good at picking the right people, just as good as me, so you'll do the hiring. Just people who are loyal, people who do the job and keep their mouths shut. When Felipe gets here, we'll have to show him what we've accomplished so far, and you don't want to disappoint him, so you better get cracking. We've got a lot of work to do. With that, Sophia nods to you and leaves. You are left alone to pace the rooms of your future print shop and think. What will you do first? Hire rebels, hire spies, moles and crooks, commit to the printing business? What would you do, Roger? Or anybody who's following right now? Hire rebels? Hire spies, moles, and crooks? Okay, hire rebels. You look for people who are dissatisfied with the imperial order and determined to fight for their rights. You look for people who are willing to get their hands dirty without asking too many questions. You invest more into the printing shop and hire skilled labor in order to transform your cover story into a proper business. I think, I don't know, but I think this could have deeper implications, like hire rebels, hire spies, moles and crooks. This kinda puts us on the spotlight, like this is more, maybe it's the chance of building a following for us, for ourselves. We are going to hire our men. Well, this is more the commit to the printing business, is basically following the plan of Felipe. I don't know. Maybe it's not like that. Maybe it's not a meaningful choice. I don't know. Why are there so many idiots out today? Valentine's Day is past. Oh, my back, man. It hurts so much. Okay, I'm gonna decide then. I'm gonna hire spies, moles and crooks, I guess. You want to overthrow the empire or just reform it? There's no reformation possible ever in anything. I don't know what I want to do. because actually I would have probably would have taken different decisions at some points in time. Like, I wouldn't have joined the Lotless, for example. I'm gonna hire spies, moles, and crooks. If there is one thing the capital and the Lotless have taught you, it is how to find the right sort of people. People who are willing to get their hands dirty. People who are ready to spy, follow, intimidate, steal, and break into other people's homes, all without asking too many questions. Here in Anisot there are plenty of people like that, even more than in the capital. There are many reasons for this. Archduke Milanidas and Overseer Gaius Tempest, both trying to assert their rule. The Lesser Quorum struggle against Magistrate Elverman, the clash between the two fates. It has all served to make the people of this city more desperate than ever. You begin hiring people who make sense to you. Okay, the problem, Roger, is that I don't see any real alternative. As of now, at least. So I don't really know what to do, actually. Mercenaries, basically, yes. This is my man. That's what I'm trying to do. To have my man, I guess. Yeah. Because I don't see any real alternative, so I don't really know. I don't see many sides. I don't know. These are people who can and will do any job if the price is right. All it takes to earn their loyalty is money. You do not need to entrust them with much information. They ask few questions and do what they are told. Even if they get caught, they will never tell anyone anything that might harm you. Okay. You know that they will hang on tight to this kind of job. Some have to pay off gambling debts. Others owe a small fortune to loan sharks. Still others need a place to hide from the law. For the promise of coin, they will do whatever you ask, in and out of the print shop. For the right price, any single one of them will break the law, without a second thought. Breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law. Spy network +1. Infiltration. We are at 5, which is infiltration. Oh, your people are everywhere? Felipe's reign. Okay, so I guess it's not as I thought. My people will be Felipe's people anyway. Okay, that's a botched decision. Fine. Commit to your decision. I already kinda, didn't when I accepted to work for Felipe. I think the Lotless are wrong and Felipe is wrong. I think the lot system is wrong, but I also think that I need to see how things go, because I don't know how what people think of the lot, how they are conceptualizing it. Is this just another French Revolution? So something as disgraceful as that? Or will this be something different, right? Hey, Goose on the Go, welcome. How are you? Well, you're always on the go. Goose on the go, yeah. Open the print shop. You started your service for the secret chancellery by opening a print shop as a cabal. A reception at the Brante residence. You come back home after a short stroll through the city. As soon as you set foot in the house, you are greeted by Stefan, who invites you to have a talk in Father's office. When you enter the room, Father has a heap of letters in front of him and is signing them one after another. Son, Stefan and I must discuss an important matter with you. Oh, son, Stefan and I must discuss an important matter with you. While you were in the capital, our family formally petitioned the overseer to grant us the nobility of the sword. We have 3 generations of noble blood already. We have the right to make our nobility hereditary. Oh. Your grandfather took the first steps towards the nobility of the sword as soon as Stefan was born, and now we are on the brink of becoming the El Brantes. If Overseer Gaius Tempest and the nobles of the province deem us worthy, we will receive a hereditary title. All nobles of the Brante family will remain noble forever, as will their descendants. Father and I do our utmost to maintain the family's position, but our goal can be reached only if our reputation remains unblemished in the eyes of high society. The nobility is watching our every step. Father lays a hand on your shoulder. Refuse nobility if you have the chance? I already refused nobility. Now this is your cause too. The future of our family depends on it. We need an estimable reputation and wealth. Everyone bearing the name of Brante affects it. Remember that with every action you take. Tasto. But we also need good relationships with the family, because these are taken into consideration on our own well-being, I think. I don't remember. Well. You will have to appear before Anisot High Society. We are going to host a reception for the nobility at our home soon. You must uphold the honor of our family, brother. You relate the news from Eterna to our guests and present yourself in a favorable light. With Stefan at the helm, the entire family spends a full week preparing for the majestic reception. The house is flooded with decorations and new tableware, delicacies are cooking in the kitchen round the clock, and the napkins now bear an embroidered oak branch in chains, the Brante family crest. Gloria is the only one to neglect the common cause. Were it up to me, I wouldn't be seen at this hypocritical gathering, but I don't want to let Sir Robert down. He's the only reason I plan to stay for the event. Sir Robert? Is it our father? Yeah? Okay. The evening of the reception has come. Dignified conversations and the clinking of glasses fill the house. Among your guests are many high-born, powerful people. Your father and Stefan dance from guest to guest, making sure no one is overlooked. Augustine Ilborn. Young Tasto, how splendid to see you. So what was your time in the capital like? You exchange pleasantries with a high-placed relative. Meanwhile, Gloria and Mother spend the evening on a settee by the wall without drawing any attention. Neither your father nor your elder brother introduced them to the noble guests. Gloria is our sister, yes. Stepsister, half-sister? She's just the daughter of Lydia, our mother. She was born from a different father, not our father. So she's a full-blood commoner. Unlike us, we are the son of a commoner mother and a noble father. While Stefan is the son of 2 noble parents. So this is the lawyers of the case in our family. Still, one of the guests, a young nobleman of the sword named José El Pelletier, keeps staring at Gloria with fascination. Your sister averts her eyes, bemused. Lady Gloria, you are the true gem of the evening. You look so marvelously daring. Haven't seen your like even in the capital. When you walk past Gloria, you hear her hurried whisper. Tasto, please talk to me. This Sir Pelletier keeps following me. I feel uneasy. What does he want from me? I know. I'm just a lowly commoner. Can we meet to the other side of the room, although I'll probably still stand out among all these refined nobles. Look, it's Durante the painter. I wonder what's brought him so far from the capital. It would be fabulous if he could paint our family portrait. We should all be on canvas together. We are one big happy family after all. Are we, Gloria? Okay, she's growing up. Look at the woman growing up. The mother is developing amnesia, it seems. Really? How do you know? Wine glass in hand, you cast a look across the crowded room. It's time to choose how you will spend the evening. We cannot do that because we don't have enough diplomacy and we didn't have a victory in the tournament. So, present your mother and sister. Even though they are lowborn, your mother and sister deserve the attention of the guests. Or purchase a family portrait. You persuade the renowned painter Durante to paint a portrait of the Brante family. Purchase. Earlier, they told you her words don't make sense and she stops in the middle of conversations. Yes. Oh, and you diagnosed her on that? I would present mother and sister, actually. This would make Gloria happy, though. But, you know, if Gloria thinks we are an happy family, that's her problem. Oh, so mother will make us, you know, we ruin everything, I guess. You take your mother and sister by the arm and lead them to the middle of the room. You ask if you can have everyone's attention for a moment in order to present the hostesses of the evening. And she's also all into the lots, so she's not gonna be happy about it. So this will make both angry, I guess. May I present Lydia Brante, wife of Sir Robert, and their daughter Gloria. It's not their daughter. The guests avert their gaze in confusion. Mother bows with difficulty in response, while Gloria supports her by her shoulders. My esteemed guests, it's a great honor for us to have you in our home. Although we are not all of noble descent, the Brante family will always strive to give you the welcome you deserve. Oh, how servile. Father, dumbfounded, walks up to Mother and takes her hand. You order the musicians to start playing. Father has no choice but to dance with his wife. The guests whisper disdainfully to one another, but maintain decorum and join the dance. Stefan, furious, rushes up to you. How dare you! You are not a child anymore, Tasto. Why draw the nobility's attention to the fact that we still have all those commoners in our family? You retort that this is what the Brantes are. If Stefan is so concerned about his family, he has to acknowledge the existence of Lydia, Gloria, and Nathan, not try to conceal them from the rest of the world. With an aggrieved air, Stefan rejoins the guests. Your parents keep dancing slowly. The illness has taken Mother's former grace, but Father carefully holds her, as if carrying her along with him. Gloria watches them, mesmerized. Oh, someone wrote a book about you? Way to go, yeah, Polyglot, see? I deserve way more than this, but this is a nice first step. Welcome. That took a lot of courage, Tasto. Let everyone see that our family is more than our title and position. We're people too. Okay. Father and Mother finally finish the dance and come back to you. Mother gives you and Gloria a gentle hug. That was a wonderful idea, son. My legs aren't what they used to be, but it's been so long since I danced with Robert. The night is over. After the guests leave, you discuss the future of the family long into the night. Okay, Gloria, it was already at max. Stefan. Fuck you. Freaking Gabriel Brante. Who cares about you? Tarnished honor? Are you kidding me? We are about to be disgraced? Wow. But unity +1, so that's good. Peace. That's good. Willpower +5. There we go. It eased our mind a bit. Every time you make a hard choice, willpower gets affected, and you know, hard choices are exhausting. So then this affects the choices that you can do in the future. So that's good. A rock and a hard place. The Brante home has been uneasy for several months now. With father traveling all over the province for his judicial duties, the animosity between Stefan and Gloria has grown into a full-blown feud. Your elder brother tries to use his position as heir to keep his sister in check and make her behave in accordance with her estate. Gloria repudiates his authority. Their fights rock the house on a daily basis. Doesn't seem very peaceful to me. Eventually, after returning from his latest trip, father gathers Stefan, Gloria, Nathan and you in his office. His somber look portends a difficult conversation. Stefan gazes at his father defiantly. Gloria is poised to lash out and run away. Nathan quietly keeps on to the side. Poor Nathan. How is it going with the Nirvana, Nathan? Children, for a long time now our family has been striving to become nobles of the sword. Every noble member of the Brante family will gain a hereditary title. This is our grandfather's dying wish. Gloria sighs loudly. Then why am I here, Sir Robert? She's right, this is a Brante matter. Wait until I finish, Stefan. I'm still the head of this household. If you are truly so concerned about honor, show your father some respect. It can't be helped. Not all of us are noble. But now we must be united as never before. We must work together to protect the reputation and wealth of this family. But you, Stefan, perpetually humiliate Gloria. Father, all I'm trying to do is put her in her place. You know perfectly well the consequences of any attention Gloria might attract. Our every step is being observed. The nobles will make pariahs of our family for all eternity if they remember Gloria's filthy origins and your reckless marriage to Lydia. Father turns red in the face, but with considerable effort he remains composed. That is so. Our grandfather did everything in his power to remedy your mistakes. Please, father, don't repeat them. Gloria speaks up. I'm just trying to live, Sir Robert, but Stefan wants to lock me in a cage so nobody will ever lay eyes on me. That's not it. That's not it at all. You are lowborn, but you don't live by your lot. You do whatever takes your fancy. You're constantly grumbling about the order of things. Did you know, father, that she defies all prohibitions by continuing to write poetry? As far as you're concerned, anyone who contradicts you is an insurgent. When will you grasp the idea that you may not argue with a nobleman? I'm the heir of this family, and my word is your law. Io non ho infranto la legge. Io sono la legge. Purple with rage, father slams his fist on the table. It's rare to see him so furious. Both your elder brother and sister instantly fall silent. Frightened, Nathan shrinks into a corner. Hold your tongues, both of you. Let Tasto speak. He has witnessed your quarrels. You should know best which of you is in the right. Amen. Send Gloria to Valona? On a trip? Appeal to Nathan? Wow. Wow. Nathan. Come on, Nathan. Your younger brother's words will help you settle the dispute. Oh, I'm appealing to Nathan, but I'm not letting Nathan decide, okay. No, I don't need Nathan then. Send Gloria to Valona. Valona is a city in Albania, right? Albania. actually, but it's not that obvious. Well, defend Gloria. Easy choice. You turn to Stefan abruptly and point your finger at him. It's no wonder Gloria fights back so fiercely. Stefan torments and chastises her incessantly. If your elder brother stops smothering every impulse Gloria has, she won't resist so viciously. You're a family, after all, not a pack of wild animals, where the strong dominate the weak. Man, I wish my family read this. Why to Valone? You'll learn some lessons there. I don't know, actually. I don't even know if Valone is on the map. Oh, it's here. At the outskirts of the empire, no. Are you blame? Oh. Oh, yeah, that's why. A city that is home to the largest monastery in the province of Magra. Okay, so basically, yeah. No. Are you blaming me for her escapades, Tasto? Me who selflessly labors to preserve a family name? This is outrageous. Pada, will you really heed to his advice? So no. Papa with rage, Stefan clenches his fists. Pada rises from his seat, eyeing his eldest son gloomily. Tasto is right. See, it's written right there. Make a screenshot. Stefan, you have overstepped your bounds. I took Gloria into my house, so you, my son, must respect her and be considerate of her. Your origins do not give you the right to put such pressure on your sister. Stefan rushes out of the office and slams the door behind him. Gloria cannot conceal her joy upon hearing you and father chastise Stefan. The little tyrant. They'll teach him that what goes around comes around. I hope he leaves me be from now on. Tasto was right. There we go. Let's put it, in the books. Soon, rumors start circulating in Anisat high society, suggesting that you are orchestrating a plot against Stefan, the legitimate heir of the family. It's not hard to guess who started those rumors. Now the entire city knows that there is a trouble in the Brante household. Okay, with Stefan is full out hostility. Reputation, we are disgraced. Very nice. But we are a happy family after all. Grazie. Thank you, Enigmind. She sent me the screenshot. Yes, very good. Thank you. Maybe I'll use it as the cover of the video. Thank you. The past few weeks... Oh, the last straw. Wow. We were a happy family, weren't we? The past few weeks in Anisal resemble your first years in the capital, when you and Sophia were recruiting people to join the Lotless. You were so full of hope and ambition back then. Slowly, you both begin to make useful friends and acquaintances in the city: gendarmes, street peddlers, merchants, laborers, vagrants, and each of them requires a unique approach. The techniques you used in Eterna work here as well. You look for the people you need, plan secret meetings, and make sure everything is secure. Sophia delivers one ardent speech after another, berating the Imperial Order. But so far, only few people have stayed with you after these meetings. You have to hunt for each new member all over the city. It's a bit like being a streamer. I see. Commoners are too afraid. Only the most desperate or insane are ready to join you. Hey! Who are you, my man? Are you the bestest in Nathan's group? Wow. There are two members in particular who stand out. One is Father Fuad, a creaky old priest with fire in his eyes. He introduces himself as a commoner who has chosen the preacher's path. Does that mean he's a new believer? Fuad scoffs at the question. My voice is going. I don't know why. I actually read Father Fraud the first time, so maybe that's a hint. I don't know. I'll put it this way: the only words that are true are those the twins tell you themselves, and I've heard their voice plenty. But the priests who just cook up. My god. But the priests who just cook up some nonsense and call it divine law, they're either crooks or fools, all of them, and Izatsu is the biggest crook and fool of them all. Had he lived in any other city in the Empire, it would already have been burned at the stake for these words. But here in Anizat, Fuat freely preaches in various taverns and squares. Moreover, the old man is well educated, so you hire him as a typesetter and even let him sleep in the storeroom. When the time comes to assemble a mob or spread some rumors, he will surely come in handy. The other is Alida. My god. The other is Alida Siren, who works... I remember Siren though. Who works at the print shop as a bookbinder. A quiet and innocuous young woman, she nevertheless believes in your words and your struggle with all her heart, and the innocent appearance hides an ardent will. Why would she choose to fight against the Empire when Alida explains you do not expect to hear cold steel in her voice? My sister was hanged in a turn after the trial of the 50. There we go. Yes, Siren was one of the witches burned. There we go. I know I might sound like a weepy little girl, but I'm not looking for pity. I just want her murderers to hang. That's it. Sophia's speeches are always brimming with passion and sincerity. She speaks out against the injustice of the Empire and calls for people to fight with such intensity that sometimes you find yourself getting swept up by her words, nodding along with the rest. When she speaks, Felipe's plan and the secret chancellery disappear, replaced by a vision of a new world where justice and freedom reign. But this illusion passes every time, and when it does, the truth about your conspiracy always feels more crushing than ever. You gave all your employees a day off today. Sir Felipe Ferro is coming to Anizat. Your print shop is the first place you will visit. Wow. Sophia stuffs tobacco in her pipe over and over again, trying to look calm behind the smoke. You hear the sound of hooves and wheels on cobblestones. A carriage comes to a halt outside. A man walks past the windows and knocks at the heavy front door with the handle of his cane. You open it hurriedly. Felipe is not alone. He is accompanied by a man with sinewy arms and the face of a predator. Once inside, the secret chancellery advisor slowly takes off his cloak, then inspects the premises with care. Sophia was right. Excellent choice. Well done, Brante. I had my doubts about you, but those doubts are gradually being eased. You are indeed a man of many talents. Speaking of talents, allow me to introduce you to Oliver Moss, an old friend of mine. I brought him all the way from Eterna to help you out. His skills are even more unusual than yours, Brante. It's amazing how much a person can learn to do when he's well paid. Oliver grins at Felipe's words. The toothy smile cuts through his face like a gruesome scar. You flatter me, Sir Felipe, but you're right. Coin works wonders. Felipe chuckles at that. He produces a small flask from a pocket and takes a little sip. But you, Sophia, you disappoint me. I expected to see a functioning organization. But I'm told that what you have here is not a secret society, but a miserable rabble of the worst people in the city. Just look at this self-proclaimed priest Fuad. We are in Anizat, this hotbed of heresy and rebellious ideas. How come you aren't able to find skillful conspirators here? I need a nice little revolt that's easy to suppress. I need a network of spies to dig up dirt on anyone who may stand in our way. Is it too much to ask? You did this job perfectly well in Eterna. What's the matter, Sophia? Can't you do the same thing again? Sir Felipe, Brante and I are going out of our way to get more people into our ranks, but things are not looking too good for us right now. The province has a new overseer. Citizens are hopeful. They expect change. So the only people who come to us are from the very bottom of life. This rebel is dangerous. They will ruin my plan, and they will bring you and Brante to the gallows. And this time I won't be able to do anything for you. Get rid of them and find conspirators who can be trusted with real work. I have too many enemies here in Anisot. The local magistrate alone is a huge thorn in my side. You have to act faster. Time is of the essence. Or maybe you have more important things to do than serving the Empire. We are doing everything in our power, Sir Felipe, but in order to prepare your plan, we must recruit as many people as possible, and this is what we are doing. Don't try my patience, Sophia. I said get rid of the rebel, find real conspirators, carefully vet each and every one of them. Sophia lowers her head, unable to further argue with the powerful advisor. Felipe suddenly turns to you. Brante, you're the main recruiter for the society. What do you say? Can you do this job for me? What do I say? Can I do his job for him? You confirm Sophia's words. The secret society needs to quickly recruit people, even if they are vagabonds and crooks. You're ready to carry out Felipe's orders and carefully vet everyone who wants to join the underground. Are you guys awake? What would you do? I would agree with Felipe. Why? Because this cuts off Sophia. I'm gonna agree with Felipe. You readily answer that you will follow Sir Felipe's order. It's dangerous, stupid to recruit strangers without any vetting. You will make every effort to select only skilled and reliable conspirators. You and Sophia made a mistake, but you will fix it. Sophia scoffs at that. Sir Ferro, however, pats you on the shoulder. Listen, Sophia, you've been in control all this time. I freaking died for you. And you put me in this situation. Really, you put me in this situation. I believe your situation. But you could have saved me. You didn't. Fuck you anyway. Well said, Brante. We'll do just that. As for you, Sophia, I don't suggest testing my patience any further. You're one straw away from breaking the horse's back. Speaking of straws, I believe your secret society still needs a name, right? The Last Straw will do just fine. It's cheap, grim, pompous. The lowborn all like it. Oliver, I'm leaving you in the care of our rebels. Show them how real secret chancellery agents get things done. Felipe downs the last of his flask and walks out of the print shop. Sophia follows him without saying a word. You are left alone with Oliver. He looks you over. There we go, Oliver. I'm a good learner. Don't worry. We're gonna get along just fine, Brante, don't you worry. I hope so. +1 with Ferro. Felipe El Ferro. There we go. Indifference? Fuck you. Spy network +1. Infiltration. There you go, we are at 6. My people are almost everywhere. Willpower +5. There you go. See? I'm taking my life in my hands. So I feel good. Hearts on fire? The Last Straw is growing stronger by the day. More and more names are being added to your list of potential recruits. Dress fancy tomorrow, Brante, but don't look too rich. We're going to a salon? To a salon? To a salon? A gathering of young poets. Oh no. There we go. They're all commoners, mostly new believers, so they think they aren't defined a lot by writing poetry. This be their first meeting ever. I say we take a gander. Who knows? They could be useful. Ah, who's that? Oh, with a rat in his mouth? You go to a small building in the very heart of the city. The first floor was once a tavern, but it has been converted into a stage with benches for the audience. The place is noisy and crowded. Those who cannot find a seat squeeze into the spaces between the benches. You and Sophia stand in the back corners, far away from each other. A young man in a threadbare jacket makes an announcement. Welcome to the first weekly gathering of the Anisot Poetry Society. The poets are your old young men and women. They take turns walking up the stage from the benches to read a poem or two of their own creation. They look humble and shy at first, but as they declaim their stanzas, their voices ring with sudden strength and daring fervor. A mighty giant with his head held high, his heavy tread, his trained and measured stride, is an effigy of low-born life with naught but chaff, and rags and dust inside. By low-born labor granted food and clothing is indeed a terrifying sight. But look behind his eyes and you will find no grandeur or renown but fear and loathing. Behold the azure skin, the bread contempt, their past long turned to ash, their blue blood bled. Their majesty in flames, their mantles rent, ensconced in diamonds white and rubies red, the glimmering giant rots his essence spent, the gems may glitter, but the husk is dead. Gabrielle, are you back or are you going? The poems recited on stage display exceptional variety. Rhymed couplets, blank verse, short stanzas, lengthy cantos, pathos-laden ballads, vulgar screeds, humorous epigrams, scathing tirades, but in each and every voice you hear the same pain, the same weary ache born of servitude, the gnawing grievance with the gods, the simmering rage against the empire, and dreams of another destiny, another life, another existence. Ciao, bye-bye, okay. Okay, Gabrielle, thank you for being here, for having been here even today, man. And yeah, next week I'm probably going to shake it up a bit. New games, we'll see. Maybe even Batman, why not? Yes, we'll see. So thank you, Gabrielle, really. Have a nice rest of the day. A commoner, the word is like a brand. The twins themselves once told me to be silent. I want to scream, can't take this anymore. The misery around me knows no end. The gentlefolk just beat us in demeanors. The young, the old, the poor, the sick, the tired. They tread upon us, gazing at the heavens that feed upon our sweat-soaked suffering. Every poem fills the room with loud applause. Every line resounds in people's hearts. This much is clear from their faces. Some mark every word and verse with a nod, while others cannot hold back tears. Listening to? With the zeal, thank you, Slith. With the zeal of preachers guiding their flock to their lot, these young poets chastise the ills of worldly life with every word they utter. With the zeal of preachers guiding their flock to their lot? Okay, these young poets chastise the ills of worldly life. Okay. You join in the applause. Like it or not, their poetry hits home. Some of the poems are crafted so well, you find yourself eager to read them. This kind of poetry will be in great demand here in Anisot. What a shame no print shop would agree to publish it. I knew. Later that night you rejoin Sophia to discuss what you have seen. I've never heard anything like that before. I'm used to nursery rhymes and bawdy drinking songs, but this is something else. You cannot help but nod. The meeting was like a sermon, and the poet's words hit as hard and as true as the sacramental lash. And the audience, you recognize the look in their eyes. People look at Sophia just the same way every time she uses her magic. The thing is, they have no magic, but they can see the truth, and they talk about it so well you can't even stand it. Well, what can I say? I'm glad we went. Those kids could easily spark a riot with just a rhyme or two, but the question is, what are we supposed to do with them? It's a good question indeed, a difficult question. Those young poets are at their strongest when they speak from the heart. Trying to tame their ardor will be like playing with fire. You could recruit them, but it would not be easy to use them. If you cannot keep them in check, one day they will inevitably incite a rebellion. Maybe it will be wiser to nip this in the bud and put an end to their society right now. Oh, we're gonna have to make a choice. I wanna hear what you think about this, Roger, if you're still here. The Secret Chancellery could easily deal with them, but you could also report them to the prefecture. The gendarmes could take care of them in no time. Or maybe you could pass the case along to Father. It might do his career some good. Or perhaps this all seems so new, so unknown. Is there any other way you could harness this strange new force of nature? Yeah. This is actually a very interesting choice. What would you do? Any of you? This could actually be a turning point. Can we see? Recruit them? I would not. Why? What's your plan? What do you see in this choice? You convince the most gifted poets to join your underground society. The Secret Chancellery will take care of those rebels-to-be. So this is let Felipe handle them. Well, we could also ask Felipe, by the way, I don't understand. Poetry could be a tool to influence other people. That's why I would go with publish a book of their poetry. You ask Gloria to help you get in touch with the poets so you can print a compilation of their works. Publish a book of their poetry, there you go. Yes, I would go with this because this is not full-out recruiting, but maybe I can become a point of reference for them. I can become the editor of their poetry, and then when they are in my office, publish a book of their poetry. Yeah, I don't know, maybe Roger has a point, right? Obviously, I see this as a softer mean of recruiting, but I don't know if it will be like this. Also, it puts me on the front, which is what I want. I would like to publish a book of their poetry and see how it goes. And maybe, recruit them after this. I'm interested in her poetry. I'm giving them a place where to write their poetry. I'm not recruiting them. I'm gonna go with it. With a smile, you assure Sophia that you know a way to harness their youthful ardor. Oh yeah, okay, do it then. In spite of her lowly lot, Your sister has been writing poems and stories ever since she was a little girl. The Empire will burn because you didn't listen to me. Well, okay. Would we be sad? As Gloria grew up, she easily found like-minded friends, poetry-inclined commoners like her, and you saw a number of her friends on stage tonight. Now that you think about it, you half expected Gloria to be there as well. I kinda expected Gloria to be there. Back home, you tell your sister how impressed you were by the Poetry Society. As the owner of your own print shop, maybe you could compile their works into a book of poetry. It would be the Empire's first book of poetry written by commoners. There you go. You can turn a handsome profit and make the poets famous all over Magra. Could Gloria tell her friends about this idea? Wow, I never thought you'd have the nerve to try something like this. Sure, I'll have a word with my friends. I'm sure many of them will be interested. But there's one thing, they'll never use their real names in the book. Otherwise they'll get into trouble with the prefecture or their secret society, secret chancery. See? Actually, are you sure this is a good idea? Can you really trust the people at your print shop? Maybe you should do all the work yourself at night. That way nobody will know, and you'll have to distribute the books in secret too. You shouldn't put your freedom at stake for the sake of coin. Oh, don't worry. Not to worry, you assure Gloria. You have thought of everything. The poets' real names and the origins of the book will remain a secret. I can tell you how happy this makes me. There are so many talented poets in Anisot, and they never even hoped their works would see print. They'll treasure your gift forever. Oh yeah, Gloria. I mean, yeah. We know. It doesn't take you long to get started. The compilation entitled The Voice of Anisot is soon ready. You instruct Alida and other last straw spies to sell the books in secret all over the city. Will do, Tasto. When it comes to this job, young Alida is even more eager than ever. After all, many of the poems in the book are dedicated to the suffering of those who struggle against tyranny, including those who died in a turn after the trial of the 50. You sell several hundred copies in a matter of days and receive many requests to print more. Popular, rare, and banned by the authorities, the book turns a significant profit. You keep working on new print runs and sell them easily, even at 3 times the price of a normal book. And also, Roger, I think El Fierro is working about this, right? Destroying the Empire. I mean, obviously, yeah, it's more of a... He's working at being him in command of the Empire. The poems are quoted all over town. They are declaimed by young people in the squares and on the streets. They are put to music and sung in taverns. They are written in paint and soot on the walls. More and more young people recite them instead of prayers. I want to scream. Can't take this anymore. Yeah, Nathan, with your band Nirvana, you can maybe put this into music. Unrest +1, discontent. Discontent. People are ready for struggle. Almost. Spy network -1? Why? Why? Because I didn't recruit them? But they are on my side. Wealth +2, affluence. Yes, I made a good chunk of money. Manipulation +1. I'm clever. I told you. I'm clever. Another year passes. We are 21 now. The Archduke and the Overseer, 2 powerful lords, have been struggling for power in Magra for over 2 years now. The new Overseer of the province, Gaius Tempest, cannot seem to reign in the obstinate spirit of Archduke Tarquinius Milanidas. Cannot seem to rein in the obstinate spirit of Archduke Tarquinius Milanidas. Unwilling to accept that he is no longer the overseer of Magra, the Archduke still stubbornly continues to assert his right to rule the province. Most of the Magran gentry, who swore allegiance to him generations ago, remain loyal to him, even now. Gaius Tempest has publicly demanded that the Archduke recognize the overseer's rule as legitimate. I am the voice and the will of Emperor Arthur II in the province of Magra. All lands, deeds, and titles notwithstanding, Archduke Melanidas must obey his sovereign's will and heed his decree. I hereby extend to the Archduke an offer of peace. Should the Archduke cease his insubordination, his lands, deeds, and titles shall remain his own. The Archduke's response to the overseer was openly defiant. Roger. Since the days of yore, the land of Magra has belonged to the Milanidas dynasty. We are part of the empire and we are the emperor's loyal servants. However, our dynasty will not stand for such intrusion upon our lawful rights and privileges. Never before has an archduke been stripped of his right to represent the emperor's rule in his own province. So do not forget, Sir Overseer, that the highest noble families of Magra swore fealty to me alone. Neither the Archduke nor the Overseer will relent, but both are too powerful to be readily disposed of. The blood between the two Archnians has festered for too long, and the common people have begun to pay the price for the strife. Let's remember that apparently Archnians aren't human, they are another thing, and they have the blue skin the poets were talking about. Stripped of the overseer's tax privileges, the Archduke Milanidas has decided to impose his own levy upon the citizens and villagers of Magra. The commoners are now forced to pay taxes twice, first to the overseer, the overseer, and then to the Archduke. This double burden is too much for the common people of Magra to bear. Many have refused the second tax outright as a lawless measure, but the Imperial Legion led by young Dorius Otton is ruthless. Eagerly and without mercy, the Legion soldiers collect the Archduke's due in cities and villages alike. Wealth of Magra -1, security. Order -1, discontent. It's still 6 though. Power +1, struggle for power. Okay, maybe this is the last one, yeah, probably. A gift for the family. This last year has been an ordeal for your family. The pains taken to be ennobled by the sword, the close attention of the city aristocracy, the squabbles between Stefan and Gloria. Tonight your preoccupied father has gathered the entire family around the table in the backyard. The sun has almost set, and there is a soft breeze. But instead of a meal in the open air, you are going to attend a family meeting. In the middle of the table you see an opal-gilded box. It's full of jewels. Archduke Milanidas himself has bestowed this gift upon us. It is a surprise indeed. I thought you all had a right to know. Oh, I see. Father unfolds a letter lying beside the box. Sir Robert Brante, I bestow this precious box upon you and your family as a symbol of the care with which I treat the people of my province. Pray accept this gift and remember with whom the loyalty of the true nobles of Magra lies. Archduke of Magra, Tarquinius of the Milanidas. See, our family is still called to take a part, a position. The family stares in amazement at the jewels sparkling in the last rays of sunshine. It's worth quite a fortune, but the Archduke is fully aware that I'm on the side of Prefect Elborn and Overseer Gaius Tempest. Could he really expect our loyalty to be bought so brazenly? On the other hand, the Archduke is not demanding anything of us, and our family has borne a lot of expenses recently. Father, no one is forcing you to side with Milanidas. Who are we in comparison to the Archduke anyway? We must not anger him by refusing his gift. The jewels are certainly welcome. They are worthy of being shared with the best families of Anisot. They will pave our way to the nobility of the sword. Mother shakes her head glumly. Oh, Robert, I have a feeling this gift bodes ill. It may be an impertinence on my part, but I don't want our family to be indebted to the Archduke. Certainly not. Accepting gifts from Milanidas. Isn't famous for oppressing the commoners and robbing villagers blind with his taxes. This isn't your decision, Gloria. It's a matter of our family's honor and reputation. Oi, Brante, Nathan Brante, look at him. Please don't stop bickering again. Let us to say what things we should do with this gift. Nathan, stop. Stop smoking, man. You are the center of attention now. Your vote will be the deciding factor. I mean... Okay. We don't have enough relations. Fine. Oh, with Stefan. Fine. We don't have enough relations with Robert. Okay. You accept the jewels from the Archduke in order to sell them for a good price. Fine, yes. I agree. It's probably the choice I would have made anyway. You speak. You insist that the Archduke's jewels should not be declined, but they must not be given away either. Your family treasury needs an infusion of cash. The family's wealth is as important in the eyes of society as its noble reputation. I don't know, Tasto. Money comes and goes, like duckies, right? But our family honor is here to stay. Or like Cavallucci Marini. You object, reminding him that in your own lifetime the family has already fallen out of favor and risen again. Risen again? Risen? For the nobles, a family's reputation is just another form of currency. Is there truly nothing more important than money and reputation? Oh, Gloria, come on. Didn't you have to sleep? Have you recovered from your illness? Archduke Milanidas is a villain like no other. Our family ought to stay away from him. Simmer down, Gloria. Sure not, sure not. I agree with Tasto. There you go. Let it be so. I'll send a note to the Archduke expressing our humblest gratitude, but I'll also point out that I don't mean to change sides. I still serve my prefect and my overseer. In the meantime, Tasto will see to the family coffers. There you go. Shut up, Gloria. You promptly take the precious box and go inside to start taking an inventory of the jewels. Mother, Gloria, and Nathan follow you with forlorn looks. You sell the jewels and easily amass a considerable sum. Your efforts are now ensured that the family treasury will not run short anytime soon. Don't thank me, guys. Wealth +2. We are affluence. Wow, we are almost a prosperous house thanks to me. Don't thank me. Unity, though, -1. Disagreements. Okay, but we are almost at peace, and looking what happens when we are at peace, maybe disagreements is better. Okay, this will be the last one for sure. Concerned citizen, you and Sophia have accomplished a lot over the past year. The last straw now consists of half a dozen cells that know nothing about one another. You have several informers gathering rumors and news. Many citizens support your cause and are ready to help. The ranks of the underground society include honest rebels eager to bring the empire down, as well as the thieves and thugs willing to break any law as long as they get paid. As more and more people join your insurgency, rumors begin to spread throughout the city. It will soon become impossible to conceal your existence. The last straw desperately needs a public figurehead, someone to act as the patron of your secret society. Patron? Maybe. Of your secret society, someone who can justify your existence to the authorities. That would be me. You choose Mayor Eggman. Fuck. He has earned a fortune and made a name for himself thanks to thanks to his silver mines, and now he's the leader of the blindrun Lesser Quorum. Wow. Rumor has it he's eager to get in touch with someone from the underground. If there was ever a time to meet, it's now. Fortunately, you know people who know people, and soon enough you arrange a meeting. An empty warehouse late at night. All the workers have gone home. Dim lamp is the only source of light in the spacious facility. The two of you are alone here, free from prying eyes. Up close, Egmont turns out to be a broad-shouldered, middle-aged man in a pricey frock coat. He wears no jewelry, but his beard and moustache are well kempt. Only the grey hair at his temples betray his age. He offers you a warm, rough hand. It's the calloused hand of a man who has had to work all his life. You shake it readily. The industrialist offers you a seat at the nearby table. Oh, he's an industrialist. Yeah. Mayor Egmont, truth be told, young man, I know your family quite well. I had the honor to be introduced to your grandfather back in the day. Unfortunately, Sir Brante wasn't exactly delighted to meet me. Yeah. But your father, he's a staunch supporter of the war, and we've often seen eye to eye, he and I. Let's see if you and I can find some common ground too. I'll be frank with you. I know quite a bit about what you're up to here in Anisot. You've built yourself a functioning underground society, and you've done it very quickly, all without getting caught. I'd say you got an eye for business. But tell me, why are you doing all this? What's your goal? What are you trying to achieve? Please be sincere with me. I'm the last man who wants to see you reported to the Secret Chancellery. You weren't prepared for this question. Egmont listens carefully as you give him a short speech on the coming rebellion against the Empire, first in Anisot, then in Magra. When you are done, the industrialist lets out a sigh. Ambitious, determined, but utterly senseless. Let's say you do manage to foment an uprising against the Archduke, against the Overseer, even the Emperor himself. Well, what then? Oh, asking the big question. What are your demands? What do you want to listen to them? If you ever negotiate or make a deal, then with whom will you do it? What about your terms, and what will your relationship with the Empire be like if your revolt succeeds? So far, Tast, I've had no answers to those questions. To be honest, I'm quite confident you don't have any answers. But fortunately for you, I do. Or you do. But I'm going to occupy the Empire. We don't need ideas. We just need a couple of smartphones, recording the thing, becoming a meme, and then we'll go back to our house watching porn, because that's the only idea we can have about the world. There's also one self-evident fact I'd like to bring to your attention. Whenever someone discusses authority or power within the Empire, there's one thing that never seems to raise any doubt. Prefects and commanders, magistrates and overseers, they are always nobles. Any position of power, only for the nobles. Landowners, always nobles. Who rules over Anisot? Overseer Tempest or Archduke Milanidas? No one can say for sure these days. Either way, no matter who they are, nobles rule the city. But a city isn't a castle or a fortress. A city is more than the sum total of its walls and buildings. A city is its people, the commoners who walk and trade and live there. There always have been and always be more of us than the nobles. We are this city. Brante is trying to trick me. You've never been to a meeting of the Lesser Quorum, have you? I won't bore you with the details. Let me put it this way. It's the only place where the common estate has the same rights as the nobles. Sure enough, there's arguing, there's contention, but there's a fight. There's a fight every time we meet. But as we argue, as we contradict each other, we find a new way, one that takes everybody's interests into account. But unfortunately, right now, the Lesser Quorum only has the authority to discuss issues related to taxation in the province. But if you and I come to an agreement, this will change. I spent most of my life making the idea of the Quorum a reality, and I swear to you on my life that it works. This is the only way to bring something new to the empire, by giving the commoners and the nobles the same power. No. We won't have another French Revolution, my Egmont. Egmont is shouting now, his eyes shining with excitement. He's utterly engrossed in his idea, and you feel he actually believes what he says. And here in Magra, we have the chance. We had no way to do this in the past. To do it in the past, back when Archduke Milanidas was in charge, but now Gaius Tempest represents the Empire's authority in Magra. Tempest still can find a way to share power with Milanidas. He needs all the support he can get. And you and I, we can give him that support. And Tasto, are you aware of how Gaius Tempest ended up becoming the overseer of Magra? He was too progressive for the capital and his fellow Acmeans. He went too far in his attempts to make nobles and commoners equal under imperial law, and he was exiled to Magra for his troubles. And yet, Gaius Tempest has never abandoned the idea of making the estates equal. He was the one who supported the creation of the lesser quorum. He is well disposed toward the lowly estate and tends to listen to reason. We can make him our ally, and your uprising could be the deciding factor. If we can manage to seize control of the city and hang on to it, if we can prove we're able to run on his own, if the citizens show us their support, then we'll have a lot to offer the overseer. A return for making Garnizot a free city, a city-state, if you will, governed by the lesser quorum, we recognize Gaius Tempest's authority in Magra and support him in his power struggle against the Archduke. I see. If nobles and commoners come to govern a city together in just a few short years, it will become obvious to the entire empire how advantageous this arrangement is. And then the old traditions will have no choice but to step aside. I understand that things like this take time, but as you prepare for the revolt, I'll support your underground movement with all the power and funding at my disposal, as long as you say you'll walk towards this future with me. Indeed. Mayor Egmont lets out an exhausted sigh. Delivering such a fervent speech is no easy task for a man his age. After a moment of quiet, you agree. Yes, you say, this is a future worth fighting for. The last straw will support Egmont's plan. You promise to spread this vision of the free city of Anisot, first among the rebels, then throughout the city, starting immediately. You shake hands. Once the conversation is over, you leave the warehouse and walk back through the dark streets of Anisot. You have made a promise. What are you actually going to do? There is a kernel of truth in Mayor Egmont's words. The aged industrialist's plan could actually work. This is no longer just a pointless revolt doomed to fail. Dangerous thoughts begin running through your mind. Would it be best to abandon the idea of the free city of Anisot and report this meeting to Sir Felipe? Oh. Wow. I think we'll live with this choice. I'm not gonna reread everything next time. I'm going to skip to this. So, this guy wants basically to use our society to do the French Revolution, to exclude from power the nobility and put this council, this quorum, and become a free city. Yeah, a city governed by merchants and the likes.